Thank you. You gave me the story I needed because I really didn't know what I was going to talk about. I realized that being between a rock and a hard place is often the result of some dumb, less than intelligent decision. This reminds me of a time when I was a kid. From cortex, not thinking. My cousins and I, we were over at my grandfather's house. We decided that we were going to go play basketball. My uncle, who was also at my grandfather's house, lived across the street from the church where the basketball court was, and he was getting ready to leave. So we decided that we would ride with my uncle, who had a pickup truck. Now, before I left, I went into the bathroom, got a bunch of toilet tissue, because when I got to the church, I was going to take a dump, and I needed to make sure that I had some toilet tissue to do my business. So I hop on the pickup truck, and my uncle, you have to understand, drove slow. I'm from North Carolina, drove slow. 25, 30 miles per hour was his top. He was going 35 miles per hour speed. So for some strange reason, with him driving slow, I had this novel thought, Bill, when we get to the church, rather than walk across the street to the church, I'm going to jump off. So as we get to the church, I make this decision and I say, don't stop, we'll jump. I made this declaration for everyone, but I spoke to no one. So here I am, my uncle's moving in this direction. I'm at the back of the truck in this direction. I've got toilet tissue in one hand, basketball in the other hand, and at this point I decide that I'm going to leap. Stop. It's ironic that I had that toilet tissue in my hand because at that point, I didn't know it, but I was in a shitty situation. Proceed. So I come down, well, there's a couple of things I didn't realize because, you know, that's what teenagers do. It doesn't sound like a good idea. First thing I didn't realize was I was going to hit the ground at the speed that my uncle was moving, right? The other thing I didn't figure out, or what I forgot, was in science class, that thing called inertia. You know, an object moving in a direction will continue until hit something. I hit the ground, boom, go straight back. Basketball dribbles down this road. I roll over the ditch. I still have my toilet tissue in my hand. My cousins run over to make sure I'm all right. Once they see I'm not dead, now I become the father of jokes. They're laughing and joking and everything else, and they send me over to the church steps to sit down, treat me like a kid with special needs. The reality was, at that moment, I was a kid with special needs. Sherry, they didn't ask me what day it was. They didn't say who was the president. You know, they didn't ask me those things, right? So for the next 3 or 4 days, I would ask these questions of things I'd already done. Hey, man, when are we going to the prom? Reggie, we went to the prom a month ago. Hey, man, what about the athletic banquet? Reggie, we did that 2 weeks ago. Man, I got to study for essay. Reggie, you took the essay, and every time I would ask these questions, they would laugh, right? And so I thought about this thing, and I found out being between a rock and a hard place tells you certain things. One, it tells you who your friends are, and I found out my cousins wasn't shit. Rather than tell somebody, man, something is wrong with this guy, they just laughed at me. And now it's 42, 43 years later, and they're still laughing about my rock and hard place situation. I'll be together with those guys next week, and I guarantee you they're going to have this conversation. You remember when you said, don't stop, we'll